The victim's sister is safe but shaken. I found her hiding in a locked bathroom. She witnessed a crime and gave me an account. The next step is to shift my focus to gathering statements from the rest of the suspects and to search the area downstairs. There's no signs of my memories yet. That might also be a clue towards if there is a true ending to this game where we find out the person who committed the crime and we get the memories back of our protagonist. And as you can tell, folks, we are back on to Happy Birthday. This is not so a happy birthday though. This is where the body was apparently found. The door's locked up, perhaps it was already removed. And I've also heard that this game is about 90 minutes long at most. But now, investigate the bathroom over on this side, where Iola was. I'm joking, do not read it too much into that. But yeah, it's all good at the end of the day. If I turn this down enough, maybe I can hear myself talk. Could the killer have left this print? Right. So we need to go... Is it down here or into each of these rooms? No, I believe it's downstairs we need to go, which is all good. Go that way. You're around here, so I haven't spoken to you yet. Best of luck with your investigation, dear. If you have any questions, I'll answer to the best of my ability. Well, maybe, landlady, you're the one who committed the crime. This way leads to outside. I can't just walk away. Okie dokie. Oh dear. Well, this is our first way here. So let us see what we can find now that we are within a new area. An area not seen before in our own eyes. Maybe you have, but I haven't. This is only the second time I've played this game. Can I pick that up? Nope. Hello. Thank you for finding my remaining charge safe and sound. Thank you. What do you mean by charge? Wait, what do you mean by charge? Thank you for finding my daughter. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I only wish that Anne was as safe and sound as her sister. You know, I don't actually recall hiring a detective, but I'm so glad that you arrived. It wasn't you who hired me? You don't know who called you? Not really. I mean, I could recognize the voice over the phone, that's what I meant. Maybe it was the landlady. Landlady. The owner of this place, she's the only one who didn't know Anne, after all. It's only reasonable to think that she was likely of the soundest mind to commit the crime. Who is this landlady that you're speaking of? I've never spoken with any owner. I rented this place out by speaking with a man over the phone. What a mistake this whole thing could turn out to be. You don't? Never mind, it's nothing important. If you say so, you're a detective after all. I'm still counting on you. Please help my daughter find peace. Landlady's identity. Let's see what this identity has for us. Okay, so the father doesn't remember even speaking to a landowner. He went into the mansion over the phone. Yes, it is a little strange, but the father and the landlady don't even know one another. Still unable to interact with certain objects. What's this? Where is it? This isn't funny. Was I pickpocketed? Did I drop it? Well, this is a delightful surprise. It's locked. Since I somehow managed to lose a master key, I can't open it. Did someone want to do that to us on purpose? Let's go this way anyways. See what clues we can find in this room, aside receiving a piano deaf. Ah! It's a mask! Could this be the one the victim's sister mentioned? It was hardly hidden. Was anyone ever in this room besides the uncle? Mask. So the mask could have something to do with that. A simple Halloween style mask. Sister claims that killer was wearing it. Was found in living area. Fine. But we need to investigate everywhere, ask everyone, and discover all possibilities that the game has to provide in order to get the best outcome. And also notice that some of the OST in this game is original, which is actually marvellous, because I don't recognise any of these sounds. Thank you for finding my oldest niece. What a relief. You have nothing to say? This is a nightmare. Oh, we can discuss with these characters, okay. Discuss, what should I talk about? Evening whereabouts. What were you doing during the party? Where were you when you heard the shots? Well, for one thing, I drank. Boy, do I drink. So in other words, nothing unusual. I did a lot of talking alongside my brother. I came down with a bit of a headache at around 8 PM. Though, after that, I came in here to rest for a while. I needed some time to myself, and I'd be planning to sleep on the couch here tonight. I was still here when the gunshots went off. Uncle's statement. Okay, this is a nightmare. Victim's movements. Was anything off about Anne during the party? There was. She came to me late this evening, while I was resting here in this room. It was about 8:30, I think. She said she wanted to talk. I don't know what it was about, but she seemed rather upset, nervous, almost... But I was too drunk to pay her any notice. I brushed her off. I wasn't there when she needed me. What would have she said, I wonder? Would she still be alive? Troubled victim. This is a nightmare. So, motives. Can you think of anyone who might bear a grudge against Anne or the family? Unless my brother's business problems crept into the party, no one comes to mind. Right, so, we've got ourselves some evidence over here. So, landlady's identity. Was there someone else here? That's a little odd. I don't remember seeing anyone. I don't suppose those ghost stories could be... No, never mind. Okay. Sister Scrape... I know so much, you know. Do you have anything else I can... I think I've already showed you the other items. Mask. Oh, that's strange. It's been sitting there on the table since I got here, but I've no idea how it ended up in this room. It was actually one of Anne's birthday gifts. It was? Yes, she had quite a few chapskate friends. She was lucky her dad... she was lucky without an L. Her dad was so well off. He gave her so much better gifts. But I guess it doesn't matter now. Can you prove that the mask had already been moved here by the time you came in? Not really. Is there a particular reason I should have to? Let's see. Never mind. I had a particular one there. This is a nightmare. I understand it is a nightmare. Crime scene. Cause of death. Sister's scream. Stray bullet. Blood glove prints. Bloody boots. Bloody gloves. Anything else? Handgun. Sister's location. Drag marks. I am asking you absolutely everything until you give me a freaking answer. Uncle's statement. Children's bed. No, I don't think I can ask you anything else. Blah, 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 blah. No signs. Okie dokie. So we can talk to each character after we talk to them for the first time on this floor. That's really important. However, one thing I have noticed is that most objects in this game we can't really interact with. So is that primarily a focus more on the detective side of things? Or is it actually going to be something which we have to know about? Oh, these doors are really wide, that's why. Okay, so the lady. Yes? Evening's whereabouts. Where were you during the party? Where were you when you heard the shots? The party started normally enough. I prepared dinner in the kitchen from between 4 and 5 PM. The girls did help me with that. Afterwards I served it and set up a cake and presents at about 6. I simply conversed with the rest of the guests once dinner and cake were over. I wasn't as responsible as I should have been. I drank. So, the common anatomy of this party is that I believe that everyone has been drinking. That's literally it. I did a rather poor job of watching the girls. Aside from escorting them to bed, I didn't see a lot of either of them after dinner. I was with their poor father and that schoolboy when I heard the gun. How I wish I could begin the night again. I would never take my eyes off Van. Well, it's a shame that you did take your eyes off her. Nanny's statement. Victim's movements. Was anything off about Anne during the party? I never saw much of her. I'm afraid I failed in my responsibilities. You did. Can you think of anyone who might bear a grudge against Anne or her family? Nothing springs to mind. I mean, there's the shady aspects to my master's company, but no one here is involved in that. Okay, I don't believe there's anything left that I have said. Can I please just have some space for a while? I really don't feel well. Oh, come on. Maybe I'll come back to you when I have a specific item in mind. Discuss. Evening whereabouts. Can you tell me about the rest of the evening? From the time you arrived here until the incident, what were you doing? We arrived at the mansion at about 4 PM. There were many more guests earlier in the day. I spent the majority of the evening talking with them. We ate dinner, cake and presents at roughly 6 PM. If memory serves correctly, after that it was right back to talking. We all drank a bit. Yep, that's the common theme when it comes to talking to all these guests, that everyone had been drinking a lot. Even after the majority of the guests left, I still relaxed in the main lounge. Our nanny and that wretched boy who hangs around my girl were there too when I heard the gun. I never actually saw either of my girls much during the party. I should have been more diligent. It was Anne's birthday after all, and now I won't see her again. You're all regretful that you didn't spend more time with Anne or her sister during the party. So that's a little bit weird, isn't it? Did you notice anything unusual in the way Anne behaved recently? How was she during the party? Sir? There was something. I didn't pay much notice at the time. Oh Lord, how I should have. Please sir, tell me what it was. It was around 7 PM. I believe I was talking with the rest of the guests when Anne came up to me and asked if we could speak. I don't know what it was about, but I was engrossed in conversation. I couldn't imagine what could have been more important than my Anne now, and told her to run along. What could have she wanted to tell me? I'm so sorry, Anne. Oh, anything else in mind? Motives. Is there anyone who might have wanted to hurt your daughter or your family? Well, my company is, let's just say there are certain people who aren't particularly pleased with me right now, but certainly no one here, and those of us who are left are the only ones who were present during the incident as far as I know. She was close to both my brother and her nanny. They wouldn't want to hurt her. The only one I'm not particularly fond of is my oldest daughter's boyfriend, but I never saw him as someone capable of hurting my girls. Not like this. A bit seedy, perhaps, but not a murderer. I'm at a loss. Okay, so I told you absolutely everything I know. I wish I could be more of help. Are you sure about that? Oh, damn it, I didn't mean to ask that. Any other items? It's just a scrap. Landlady's identity. You don't... Oh yeah, you've already told me about the landlady. Children's bed. Father's... Why would I show him the statement he's already given me? Damn it, Nanny's statement. Uncle's statement. Oh, anything else? Ghost stories. Nothing of the sort. Handgun. I need to find more items then. Ah, here are 2 more people. One of which is boyfriend. Thank you for finding my girlfriend. Can the 2 of us leave now? Not yet. Please stay here until I've sorted everything through. So, you still suspect me, huh? Fine. And I still can't believe it. You still cannot believe it? Okay. Need to find another item. I don't think this bathroom has anything to give. Unless, of course, it does. I've got an itchy nose tonight, and I don't like it. It's locked, since I somehow managed to lose a master key. Oh, great. And now I need to find the master key somewheres. Can you? Is there something you'd like to ask me? Evening whereabouts. Where were you during the party? Where were you when you heard the shots? I'm simply the owner. I have no part of the party, and I wasn't invited to. I simply passed the time in the front courtyard outside. It was a lovely summer evening. I only came inside when I heard the gunshots and the resulting commotion. Her statement. Victim's movements. Was anything off about Anne during the party? I was neither part of a party nor of the family, dear. How would I know? You've given me very vague answers. Can you think of anyone who might be bear a grudge against the victim or the family? I have no true knowledge of the family or the victim. Well, what about you? If you're asking me whether I have a motive, I don't believe I do. What would I have to gain from murdering my customer's daughter? Ghosts. I've heard that this house is supposedly haunted by a jealous woman seeking out children. Since you're the owner, you might know more about it, right? Oh, chasing ghosts now, are you? I'm sure there are more solid leads you could be putting your time into. Nonetheless, I suppose it couldn't hurt. Several guests claimed to have seen a woman walking the halls at night, like the one you described. Her name was Miss Marguerite, a single mother who... blank after her only child died of illness. People like to make things frightening. It's human nature. But I wouldn't worry about it if I were you. If there are ghosts here, they're harmless. Another ghost story. Show item. Okay, fine. Crime scene. I'm gonna give you everything I have. Because you're the only one I've not asked yet. Stray bullets. Anything else? Bloody golf points? Bloody boots. Bloody gloves. Handgun. Okay, sister's location. Not a reference to Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't believe I can help you with that as well, dear. Great. Anything else of that agenda? Troubled victim. Father. Troubled victim. Uncle. Troubled victim. Oh, sorry. Lady's statement. So who? Troubled victim. Niece or nanny. I believe that's the only one I haven't asked yet. Nanny statement. Yeah, so I've troubled victim father, troubled victim uncle. I'm just waiting for troubled victim nanny, which I believe I forgot to ask. Unless of course it's not true, obviously. There's got to be an item which I can show you, which you give me some. I talked to the victim's father. He says he doesn't remember speaking with or seeing you. He rented this place as a man over the phone. I see. That's not terribly surprising. My presence isn't particularly noticeable, and I've been mistaken for a man once or twice before over the phone. Her voice sounds pretty feminine to me. Is there something you'd like to ask me? Landlady's identities, ghost stories. Really, dear? Haven't we talked about that enough? You can't truly believe that a ghost had anything to do with this, can you? Yeah, you're the ghost. I don't believe I can help you with that. Fine. It's just a scrap. Fine, I have nothing else to ask you then. I have yet to ask you two of your motives. At least it's quiet in here. Discuss. Evening whereabouts. Can you tell me where you've been? Can you tell me where you have been this evening? Where were you when you heard the gun? I've been with my girl all evening. Honest. Well, until she went to bed at 9 PM anyway. I was just hanging out in the main lobby when I heard it. Her father and Annie were there. Friend's statement. Victim's movements. Do you notice anything strange about Anne during the party? Well, I never spent much time with the spoiled brat, alright? She wasn't the sibling I'm interested in. At least it's quiet here. Okay, can you think of anyone who might have held a grudge against Anne? How the hell would I know? I barely knew the kid. How about your girlfriend? No, nothing on this level. This whole thing is insane. At least it's quiet here. Show item. Cause of death. You're gonna tell me the walking encyclopedia excuse again. Stray bullet. Let's just give you anything new. Sister scrape. Nope. What else is there to this mask? You really are one for not giving... Look, can you just shut up about that? It creeps me out, okay? Yeah, at least it is quiet in here. Landlady's identity. Huh? You saw someone else? That? You didn't think? Sheesh. I knew this place was haunted. It was the ghost. The ghost killed Anne. I gotta get out of here soon. What if it comes for us next? At least it's quiet here. Yeah. Thinking cap. Mask. I've already given you the mask, damn it. Landlady, children's beds. What else? Friend... No, I've already done that. No, okay. What is it? I've already shared everything that I saw. Wait a minute, you haven't even said anything. Evening whereabouts. You've already told me about the incident, true? But where were you during the rest of the evening? Oh, well, I was with my boyfriend, of course. Though I went to bed at 9 PM, just like Daddy always insists. Naturally, that was before getting up to use the restroom and being attacked. Sister's statement. Not yet. Did you see your sister much during the party? Did anything seem off with her? I didn't actually see her much before bed, I'm afraid. I was busy with my own things. Had I known that this would be my last night with her. Motives. Is there anyone who might have wanted to hurt your sister or your family? No, not as far as I know, at least. Item. Cause of death. Crime scene. Sister scream. Stray bullets. No one knows about the stray bullet yet. Bloody boots. Bloody gloves. Handgun. Sister's location. Drag marks. Anything else? Troubled victim. No, troubled victim father, troubled victim uncle. Landlady statement. Anything else? Uncle's statement. Nanny's statement. Uncle's statement. Well, I've already said that, sorry. Sister's statement, nothing else. Here of notice. Children's beds. You and Anne slept in the first bedroom upstairs, correct? I noticed that the beds were still made even though you got up to use the bathroom. Is there any particular reason? Oh, is that odd? We're simply very tidy. Why? Making the bed every day we get up is practically an instinct for both of us. Why have you giggled? Why have you giggled? The giggle doesn't give me any confidence. I've already said, I told you about children's beds. Landlady's identity. Landlady? I'm afraid I don't know who you're talking about. Was there someone else here? What is it? Yeah, there was somebody else here. Did you not know? All of you don't know about the landlady. ghost stories. Oh my, you really asking about ghosts? What a childish detective. Ghosts don't exist, but dead are dead, that's that. Anything else you want to say? Mask. That's definitely the mask the shooter wore. Wretched thing, where did you find it? It was in the living area. I see. Right. Last thing. Sister Scrape. I thought you would have said something about that. Right. Nothing else of note. No master bedroom key. Absolutely nothing at all. Something else is about to happen now. I've collected quite a bit of info. Now I doubt that I'm going to be able to get much more from anyone else. Maybe it's time I try and cut the suspects list in half. With everything I've learnt so far, 3 stand out as the most suspicious. Right. So there are 6 people. 2 of them... yeah, at least 2 of them. The father, the uncle, the nanny, drank quite a bit. The sister and the friend were together. But, still, review the clues that I've gotten. I think I've gotten a very good idea. I believe it's going to be the uncle. Okay, choose proof. That's right, and that's not all. There was something else. Troubled. Choose proof. Yes, the boots are suspicious, but there was something else too. Gloves. That's right, yes, the uncle. Not only were his boots used during the crime, the mask the killer was supposedly wearing were also found in the room where he rested. Perhaps even more noticeably, he was alone when the gunshots went off. No one else mentioned seeing him. He has no solid alibi. The main 2 most suspects are, I believe, I've already mentioned the uncle, the sister. Choose proof. Just scrap. Yeah, that's scrap. That's right, and that's not all. There was something else. That's right. Yes, the sister. One thing that's certain is that she was at the scene of the crime. If she's telling you the truth, then she's innocent. But if she isn't, the final suspicious person is... the landlady. Or the nanny. It could even be the father. All of these are held suspect. Motive. Take out the other sibling. Nanny had enough of children. Landlady doesn't really speak up. It's hard to say, really. I'm gonna go with Nanny. But Nanny, no, I don't believe it's her. The gloves she wanted. Okay. Landlady. What was about her that was suspicious? Okie dokie. Cause of death. Handgun. So it immediately removes any chances of you picking another person. What are the statements themselves? Landlady's statement. That's right, that's not all. There was something else. Landlady's statement, uncle's statement. No, father's statement. No. Friend's statement. No. Landlady's identity. Yes, the landlady. No evidence connects her to the crime, but the fact that the others never seem to notice her presence is odd enough. She had ample opportunity, has no solid alibi. Alright, I've narrowed it down to the uncle, the sister, or the landlady. But there's one thing I'm lacking in all 3 of their cases, a motive. Let's see what I can do about that. But I'm not quite sure where else to look. A shame that I lost the master key. Hi there. You again. Don't look so dismayed. I'm here to help you, you know. I noticed that the doors to the kitchen and dining room were locked, so I did a bit of digging and helped to find this. Messer key. It's not a master key, but it should get you inside those 2 rooms. Since they're still locked, I'm taking the liberty of assuming that you lost the letter. What's with you anyway? Whatever do you mean, dear? Don't play dumb. You're constantly butting into my business, yet no one else has made mention of you. Why, then perhaps I'm the mansion's ghost. That's a joke, dear. Please make haste to the rest of your investigation, alright? After all, the sun is about to come up. Why are you giggling? Anyone who giggles is assumed to be with the crime. Well, of course, it could be a reverse psychology thing. Let's wrap this up. I agree, and for this option, I am going to save in a different save file. Why is that? Because it means I can resort to somewhere else and be on our way. Okie dokie. Dining meeting room. It seems the victim had no shortage of presents, though they won't do her much good now. They'll all go to waste. She was clearly loved. It seems that the victim has no shortage of presents. No shortage of presents. Shortage of presents. God, there's lots of presents. Huh? What's this card doing all by itself here? It's open. Should I take a peek? Yeah, let's have a look. Dearest Anne, leave, or I'll get rid of you myself. I'm not afraid to make this birthday your last. In a pink. It's a threat. This murder was clearly premeditated, but why would someone threaten a little girl? The scroll is messy. Whoever wrote it must have been trying to hide their handwriting. Threatening card. Yep, that's evidence in itself. It seems the victim had no shortage of presents. That. Any of these? No. Nothing of note. Now this thing over here, the scroll is clearly interesting. What's this? Wait. It looks like an inheritance deed of some sort. There's a logo of a bank embedded on the bottom. I'm not one of legal speak, so I'm not quite sure what it says. I think I should make it my business to find out. I smell a motive. Inheritance deed. I didn't read the first part there because it skimmed right along by. Right, there's got to be one more motive to see. Can't leave anything to chance. Right. Clues. Right, so there's a threatening card. Card received by victim but words leave, or I'll get rid of you myself. I scored in messy paint. So, messy print. Trouble victim. No, inheritance deed. Looks like some form of inheritance deed from the father's bank. I'm not quite sure what it says, but I should find out. Okay. Show item. Inheritance deed. That's... Where did you find this? I found it lying on the table in the kitchen. It's some kind of inheritance deed, correct? That's right. I was discussing it with our nanny earlier. I must have simply left it there. How foolish. What does it say? Why do you need to know? It's possible that it could be related to the case. I have to look at your situation from every angle. It details what I would like done with regards to my bank should I pass away. My brother and our nanny get small shares, but it was actually Anne who was to take over the company. Now I don't know what I'll do. Her sister isn't cut for it. Not cut out for it? That's right. They were never great to begin with. And after the passing of her dead mother, my oldest daughter's grade simply slips dangerously low and haven't recovered, unlike my bright Anne's. Due to her age, it was originally going to be my eldest daughter, of course, but she'll never be the leader that Anne could have been. I just recently had the bill revised, and I planned to tell Anne tonight, on her birthday, but I never got a chance. I see. Right. Threat letter. What is this? Where did she find this? It was lying by the rest of her presents. Who would have done this? Who could want to get rid of my poor old girl? What? Okay. Sir? Anne, why didn't you tell me? Or maybe it was me who wouldn't listen. Maybe I should just leave him alone for a while. I think I know who the killer is. I need somewhere quiet to think this through. There can be a mistake. No mistake, the answer is obvious. Again with this, I have no leads. Threatening card is written in pink, and the inheritance went over to the younger sister. It was her. Hi there. Eek! Oh, did I startle you, detective? I'm quite sorry. All I wanted was a glass of water for my dry throat. Did she hear me talking to myself? Come on, it's written across that disgusted look on your face. If you have something to say, then say it. You killed her. You killed your own sister. Did I now? That's a heavy accusation, and I don't believe you can back it up. I can prove it just fine. Go ahead and try. There's nothing better to prove. I love my sister, you know. I can't imagine what I'll ever do without my beloved little sister. Oh, really? Because I happen to have evidence that suggests your relationship may not have been so rosy after all. So, the scrap. I found this mixed in with Anne's birthday gifts. Someone threatened her. I believed it was you. Belief is not proof, detective. Nothing points to me as the writer. Hold on for a moment and you'll see where I'm going with this. There are pieces of the puzzle that point to a troubled relationship. Start small. Other evidence. You claimed that you went to bed together at 9, just as you were supposed to, but the beds were made when I checked them. They look completely undisturbed. Children don't truly make their beds every time that they get up to use the bathroom, do they? I'd say the beds were never used. You were fighting, not sleeping. She was probably afraid of you. Is that all? What makes you think we were fighting? We couldn't be having a late night slumber party for all you know. The conclusion that you were fighting stems from everything else. Anne was terrified of you. In fact, I believe that she moved against you first. This is preposterous. Anne would have never done anything to me, and I'd never do anything to her. The beds mean nothing, and the note could have been written by anyone. None of it points to me as the culprit. I'm getting to it. We should move on to what happened next. I believe these pieces of evidence tell us the tale, and he proved what happened during the incident that incriminates his sister. Yes, she was scared after seeing the card. She wanted to talk to her father and her uncle about it, but they brushed her off. She knew that she had to protect herself. She even fired a bullet at you in self-defense before you took the weapon from her. You hit her 3 times, but she got you once. Huh? As if she was 10. She didn't even have any idea of how a gun works. Besides, you can't prove the extra shot was fired towards me. I can, actually. Bloody glove prints, drag marks. You had a fresh, unbandaged gash across your cheek when I found you in the bathroom. That's no simple scrape, it's a bullet graze. That's... You got a hand off a weapon somehow. You must have hit or kicked her. But you weren't a great gunman either. You shot her twice before managing to take her down with a third. And even then you had to stand at close range to hit her head. But you managed it. You even planned ahead after you saw your sister take the gun. You took gloves from the kitchen and slipped your own shoes into your uncle's boots. You dragged your own sister's body to the closet. You likely cleaned yourself up in the bathroom. I doubt he even knew what you were doing. But you even went so far as to have your boyfriend cover for you while you were prepared. While you were prepared, sorry. You didn't want to get caught. But that wasn't all in your original plan, was it? You had a few telling issues. Childlike her. Was the killer going to throw the body and the rest of the evidence into the yard below? I think so. They clearly tried awfully hard to get those windows open after all. Now those windows were tough, the rims were rusted shut, but I believe most adults could still get them open if they tried, but a 14-year-old girl? Perhaps not. You were forced to hide the gloves and boots under the bed, but the body wouldn't fit, so the storage closet it was. The amount of blood also suggests that it was dragged slowly by someone weak. You no longer had time to escape, you had to hide in the bathroom. You had a bit of a hard time with the whole thing, didn't you? But what about the mask? Don't forget about the mask, the killer was wearing it, but it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene for me. Huh? What's so funny? The mask was never worn by the killer. Okay. Yeah. You know that your uncle was planning to sleep in the living area. You took the mask from Anne's gifts and planted it there beforehand for a bit of insurance if need be. Tell me then, Mr. Detective, what motive would I have, even if I weren't joined at the hip? Anne was still my sister, and that's just it. Huh? She's looking over us. I bet she's praying, but I haven't found it. The inheritance. I found this on the kitchen table. Your father was going to announce it tonight, but you happened upon it and read it first, didn't you? It says that you're no longer your father's heir. You were already jealous of your sister, weren't you? When you saw this, you snapped. You planned and executed the murder. You murdered Annabelle, your little sister. Huh? You weren't supposed to find that, you know. I locked the doors as soon as I got out of the bathroom. It was easier than hiding it, but I guess it wasn't enough. She had the master key in her hand. She must have pickpocketed me in her bathroom. Anne deserved it. She killed our mother. She ran out into the road. She would have been the one hit, but Mum pushed her out of the way instead. She killed her. She killed a mother who loved me and left me with a father who doesn't. That's not true. Your father was worried sick. He loves you very much. He'll be devastated. Huh. Not in comparison to Anne, he doesn't. I was always the afterthought. It was always my dear darling, bright, beautiful, lovely, intelligent, sweet, perfect little Anne. Well, no more. His perfect little Anne is dead. The tip of that key suddenly looks rather sharp. You were wrong about one thing though. I hated Anne, but I did love her too. When I wrote that card, I wanted her to run away. I didn't intend to kill her, but when I saw how she was afraid of me, when I saw her grab that gun and huddle in the corner of the room, something came over me. I thought I might as well prove her right. The key, she stabbed me, but it doesn't hurt. There was no blood. The gash is already healed. What witchery is this? What happened? It didn't hurt at all. Ghost, it's true. There's a ghost. Ghost? No way. It can't be. You're... Anne? Hey Mama, look, there's our bus. We're on the wrong side of the street. Anne, stop. Come back. That's the middle of the highway. But we'll miss it. I don't want... Anne! Crime scene. I could even be the girl's mother after all. Mama. It's a dead end. Ack. Please don't. Sleep well, sis. That's right, of course. I'm Anne. I was murdered 10 years ago. How did I get back here? I'm sorry. Sis, I don't know what came over me. I can hardly believe it myself. I screamed and I pulled the trigger. I cried in the bathroom even though I tried not to. It wasn't like I wanted to be found right then. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. You aren't going to make our father lose both of us, are you? Turn her in. I still can't believe it. I'm sorry, sir. No. Now perhaps my living daughter can get the help she needs, and now perhaps my aunt can be at peace. For that I thank you. It's a shame that the police had to get involved, but I suppose there's no other way. She'll be in jail for a long, long time. I just can't fathom how my girl could do this. How could a child of mine? Just make sure she knows that you love her too. But after what she did to Anne, I'm sure that Anne forgives her, and I'm sure that she wants both of you to be happy. Get help for her sister, and keep on cherishing each day. Work on bringing the family closer together. That's how she would want to be honoured. Live for her too. You're right. You're right. That's exactly what she'd say. Thank you for everything. You're wise beyond your years. It's nothing, it's just... I know what it's like to lose someone. I'm sorry. Please. Be happy too, alright? I will. Well, I ought to be going already. Everyone else is already waiting outside. You know, if Anne gotten to grow up, I like to think that she would have become someone like you. Thank you, and goodbye. Goodbye, Dad. Marguerite? So you remember me again? I'm glad. Of course I do. I'm not sure how I ever forgot. You're like my mother after all. Marguerite, what's going on? This all happened 10 years ago. My sister was never caught. Why are we here? Spirits aren't bound by time. Without flesh to bind us, we're as free to walk through the years as the living are through the physical realm. But that didn't make up for the agony of remaining trapped in this gloomy old house, a place where we can only walk at night, a prison. For me, it was the regret of my lost daughter that kept me trapped here. For you, it was where your sister simply walked away. For your 12th birthday, I thought we should do something rather special. I took you back 10 years ago to the day you were trapped here with me. Your memories got a bit messed up during the journey, but it couldn't be helped. I think it was necessary. If you hadn't solved the crime on your own, it wouldn't have held the same meaning. Time isn't static. You've changed the past. You uncovered the truth behind your own murder and decided what to do with that truth. Did I do the right thing? That's something you have to answer yourself. But I am so very proud of you. Spirits don't have to age. You could have remained the little girl you died as, but you blossomed into a wonderful young woman under my care. I raised you. I feel like I'm finally at peace too. Where are you going? We can finally leave the house. We can move on. Can't you feel it too? Come with me, dear. I want you to meet my daughter, and I'm sure your mother is waiting for you too. I would say that you kept her waiting long enough, but with what you've changed now, I suppose you haven't kept her long at all. Follow me, and happy birthday, dear. Given the circumstances, I suppose this is the best gift I could have hoped for. I'm coming, Mother. Okie dokie, so that is Happy Birthday in a nutshell, but are there more endings to this game? Well, there are 2 other suspects to this, and those 2 suspects could just simply walk in the room right away. Don't turn her in. I'm sorry, sir. I investigated at every angle that I could, but I don't believe that the culprit is anyone here. I did see who I thought was the landowner after all. Perhaps the culprit managed to sneak in and out of the mansion. Right, I understand. I don't want to get the police involved, but I suppose there's no other option. I will find the monster who did this, mark my words. Just don't let it haunt you too much. Anne wouldn't want that. I know, but I won't let this go. I won't stop searching until I get to drag them down to hell myself, but be happy too, alright? All of you. That's the best way to honour her. Remember how she lived, not how she died. Anne. You worked hard. You did everything you could, and most importantly, my living daughter is safe. You made sure that she was brought back to me. For that I thank you. Sir, everyone else is already outside. I should go. You know, if Anne had gotten to grow up, I'd like to think that she would have been someone like you. Thank you and goodbye. Don't you make me sorry. If you ever hurt anyone else, I'll haunt you until the day you die. Don't let the family fall into despair. Work to bring everyone back together again. Help make Dad and everyone else happy. If you do that, I'll forgive you. Sis, go. I don't want to see you anymore. I'm sorry. Goodbye, Dad. What now? Marguerite? So you remember me again, I'm glad. Well, of course I do. I'm not sure how I ever forgot. You're like my mother, after all. Marguerite, what's going on? This all happened 10 years ago. My sister was never caught. Why are we here? Spirits aren't bound by time. Gloomy old house, agony, regret of my lost daughter that kept me trapped here for you, as where your sister simply walked away. For your 12th birthday, I thought we should do something rather special. It took you about 10 years to the day you became trapped here with me. Your memories got a bit messed up during the journey. You couldn't be held if it was necessary. If you hadn't solved the crime on your own, it wouldn't have held the same mystery. Meaning, time isn't static. You changed your past. You uncovered the truth behind your own murder and decided what to do with that truth. Did I do the right thing? That's something you have to answer yourself. But I am so very proud of you. Spurs don't have to age. You could have remained the little girl you died as, but you blossomed to erase you. I feel like I'm finally at peace too. What's the difference between these endings? Ah, where are you going? We can finally leave the house. We can move on. Can't you feel it too? Come with me, dear. I wanted you to meet my daughter, and I am sure your mother is waiting for you too. I would say that you kept her waiting long enough, but with what you've changed now, I suppose you haven't kept her long at all. Follow me, and happy birthday, dear. Given the circumstances, I suppose this is the best gift I could have hoped for. I am coming. Yeah, both were just 2 different conclusions. You could have either turned her in for the crime, or not turned her in because you remember for the fact that she was your sister. So that could be given nods, but still, is there anything else different about this particular ending, or is that just literally a slight variation of the ending itself? I'd love to say this is a pretty good mystery, murder, horror game. It's not primarily horror, it's just a bit of blood, but it is what it is, and it's all good. So it's a very nice game built, and I'm very glad that I played it for myself. So that is both endings to Happy Birthday. I don't believe there are any other suspects that could be involved in this crime. 2 slight variations to the ending. I believe that's it. So thank you very much for watching, folks. If there's anything else that I've missed, then please feel free to comment down below with your suggestions and thoughts. So thank you very much for watching, and we shall see each other in another video. Have a good day, take care of yourselves.